All right, Shalom. This is Hara One Bun Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Harakah, Kodash, Shema Maf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and the truth around the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the brothers here in Lions Den also. Um, yeah, man, this video I'm about to play, I'm gonna have to unplug my headphone set, but I want to play this video of this woman that says she allegedly lives in some apartments in Aurora, Denver, some shit like that. All right, some Denver apartments that were allegedly now taken over by an alleged Venezuelan gang. All right, again I say allegedly because this is in the news. It's not really all over the mainstream news, but it's popping up different places over social media. Now she's the first person that I've heard that's a resident speaking openly. Um, besides just a quick little news clip, they show somebody talking like, "Yeah, I don't know what's happening out here," but she's telling what's going on out there and what we knew would happen once um, those flood of people came in to America with Biden administration. You know, right in time for voting. You know what I'm saying? Giving them a better lifestyle here in America, no matter about if they're gang killers, prisoners, drug addicts, whatever. They letting them all in with no judgment. It's an agenda behind it. It gotta be. All right, and I believe it got something to do with voting. If I take care of, if I say, hey, anybody from any country can come over here, and I got y'all, and then you get over here, I give you like 90,000 a month or some shit, and a place to stay and free living and kicking people out, Americans out, and letting y'all move in, giving you bus rides, all these different states. Some people left straggling out there. Some people left at the border, but the ones that have been sewn into America's society, um, they could be anybody, man. All right. So we knew this would happen though. Well, they had a bunch of military aged men that were coming into the country from everywhere, Africa, India, um, Mexico, Venezuela, all these different places, even gangs. Now they got a Venezuelan gang. She gonna say the name. I don't know the name of the gang, but they allegedly took over this tall apartment building to where the manager can't even go in there. So what they did was there was so many killings and stuff going on. They kicked everybody out. All the residents got to go. So who did it fall victim on? A bunch of Jake that stayed there. All right, so-called Negroes. They all had to get out. So they once they got the writings on the door, they all left, and the gangs are still there. So they're trying to get the police to help and whatever else from that point. But my focus is saying that this could happen in any neighborhood. That is people. When you're in your neighborhood, you should look out for new faces popping up, book bags on grown men walking around. You know, so in the midst of civil war, it's gonna be crazy here in America, man. It's gonna be crazy, man. So now what would happen if Trump starts to fight for office and he says he's gonna push all those migrants out, but then the Democrats saying they're gonna keep them and take care of them and all this? They're gonna get votes. They're gonna give them voting rights. It's crazy, man. the levels people willing to go to. All right. So I'm gonna play this video, man. Just keep that in mind because this is all part of prophecy. I did a lesson a couple years ago when they first started pushing in through the borders, and I had a dream where it was like a little flood started, and then next thing you know, I heard like it was like a whole black flood just came, just rushing in to America. And now I get it because it already happened. They already here. It's like it's just going. All right, buses going everywhere, different cities. All right, so the scriptures say that, man. Let me get something real quick. This is Ephesians 5:14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh Shai shall give thee light, man. Because we supposed to be waking up out of sleep, not having our minds in this place, worrying about politics, Democrat, Republican, and all this madness, being caught up in other groups, Baptists, these little militias, and whatever political party they can use and manipulate here in America. All right, so we're not supposed to be caught up in all that. I forgot what tribe the Venezuelans are. I talked to the camp about it. I think they Naphtali, and they kind of mixed in with other nations, the northern tribes. So now, see then that ye walk circumspectly, man. So we're supposed to be circumspect. Comes from the root word of circumspect, meaning circumference. I mean, to see everything around you. All right. Spect, I believe that comes from spectate, or to be able to see. So see what's going on around you in a full circle, not in fear like prey, just looking at everything around you. No, but just watching, being watchful of everything that's changing and what's going on around you in your neighborhood, what's going on the news, right? And seeing things change, because a lot of people want to block it out. They just blanked out, trying to live in their delusion that everything's okay, America's still great. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, man. So we gotta be wise out here. Be alert. Have a slight sense of paranoia to where you're watching everything. Because the Lord said that, man. If the Lord didn't, if they don't believe in the truth, that shows you something about them, that something ain't right with them. So a lot of these people, they could be used by Satan at any moment. All right, citizens or migrants, it don't matter. So that's what's going on out here. Just know that there's new faces in your neighborhood, and a lot of them don't have good intentions. They had one person that came in through the border up in New York, was taking people out. They had one woman, I forgot her name, man. She's called like the Butcher or some shit. So these people wild, man, that's coming over here. You know that child kidnapping, that's real heavy over there in these South American countries, especially amongst gangs. So these are the times where they say children aren't safe, man. All right. I look outside, you'll see children all over the place doing dumb shit. Nobody really guiding them. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, man. All right. Not like your candle being put out, but having your candle lit. Redeeming the time, because the days are evil. These some evil ass times we living in. All right. So let me go ahead and play this video real quick. So I'm gonna finish it. It says, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, man. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit, man. So we supposed to understand what Yahweh's will is. His will is to destroy this place and deliver us out of here. All right, so I'm gonna play this clip.
Sense 101. The Venezuelan prison gang known as Trinidad
Prison gang.
has taken over an apartment complex
Trinidad.
in Aurora, Colorado, right outside of Denver.
Okay.
All
right, so it's Aurora, Colorado, right outside of Denver. All right, and I still can't remember the name she just said for that gang, but it ain't important, you know. But yeah.
property manager known as CBZ Management has been trying desperately to regain control of their apartment that they have just spent $300,000 to bring to code with renovations, but they can't even go in there because the Venezuelan gang has taken over their apartments.
See that? And that's the same thing I try to tell my damn apartments. They got a gate that's not working. It's wide open and shit knocked down. But the apartments are beautiful, but the neighborhood is going to shit because the people they letting in, the management's changed, and they don't have, after speaking to maintenance, they told me, they don't have $150,000 to fix that gate. So people just rushing in day and night. I'll be riding around at night or something, moving around. You see new faces in the neighborhood walking around like this, with book bags. It's like, oh shit. So that's what times we in, man. I told my wife be circumspect. You know, so I'm finished playing this video. It's an El Dorado or something like that. I don't know what that means.
City has denied the allegations. Local officials and the media, including Kyle Clark of 9 News, have denied the allegations, even though they have posted eviction notices on the doors of residents and given them a very short amount of time to move out, find somewhere else to live, figure it out, we don't care. If this had been Cherry Creek, if this had been Greenwood Village, Jared Polis, the Colorado governor, would have sent in the damn National Guard.
Right.
But because
that ain't gonna happen in the suburbs. That ain't gonna happen in Esau neighborhood. They let it happen in Jake neighborhood. Now they kicking Jake out, letting in, the migrants. It's crazy, man.
it's full of black and brown people in Aurora, nobody cares. This is a very dangerous problem. This is just a testing ground.
Yep.
You need to understand this. This CBZ management says we would like to be able to resume normal operations at our buildings, but we cannot do so under the threat of present and immediate danger against residents, staff, and management. The spokesperson for this company goes on to say,
damn, so the management can't even go in there and do any fix-ups because they are the threat of danger from the gangs, alleged gangs. Then now, that's deep, man. That's deep. That does say a lot. She said this is the testing ground. Look at the foreclosed homes that a lot of them were moving into and taking over, and they couldn't get them kicked out. Remember that recently on the news, like a few months ago, where one of these migrants, which are humans, and a lot of them Jakes, Israelites, they moved into somebody's vacant home, and then the person couldn't get them out. Or where they had a bunch of homeless Americans, Jakes, that were kicked out on the street, couldn't get into the shelter, but they had all the migrants in the shelter. Or the police station that was full of them. You know, that's why this is Babylon, man. Everything's out of whack.
this is an issue our city needs to face head on with law enforcement and the further support of our state and country's leaders, border czar Kamala Harris, to protect.
Yeah, the leaders. Remember that. The state and the country's leaders. Let me get something real quick. All right, this is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, man. This is a wicked place, man, full of bloodshed. All right, especially slavery. And it is all full of lies and robbery, man. So This place is full of lies and robbery, and these migrants are flocking unto it. Right? The prey departeth not. That's why I said what they. Let me get that real quick. All right, Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, man. So the leaders of this place, they have transgressed, continued in their sin, continued in their bloodshed and wickedness through their philosophies and policies, man. It says what? He is a proud man. All right, so the Esau became proud through their dollar, through their business, through America. Neither keepeth at home, all right, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death, right? So they send their military far off all over the world on people's borders, occupying, other people's lands, busybodies. And they says what? And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. So even today, they want to rule over everybody. So they let people in, you know. But the Lord said this, man. Check this out. This is Isaiah 34 and 10. All right. I'm start from 8 because this is about to happen. So everybody that's coming over here, they're coming over here to get destroyed. If they're still here when the destruction happens, if they're not of the elect, whether they're Venezuelans and gangs or whatever, if they're not of the elect, they're coming over to the lake of fire. Basically, they coming over to the hot pot, the melting pot, literally. All right. Isaiah 34 and 8. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, man. That's what time we in. Knowing what the will of the Father is. And the year of recompenses, all right, repayment for the controversy of Zion, for the bloodshed that happened here. Now the Lord is bringing hell upon this place. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch. That's your lake of fire. All the streams going to be burnt, destroyed. And from Russia and all these other nations, according to prophecy. And the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch, man. Just like ancient Babylon was made with what do you call that stuff, man? Petroleum um, streets. Just like today, you have petroleum and tar on the streets, which can catch fire quickly. This place is like walking on a matchbook. It's gonna light up, man, on fire once the missiles hit. Burning pitch, and it shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, meaning high into the sky. It's gonna go up for a long period of time, but it's gonna go up beyond the clouds. All right, and from what? From generation to generation, man. So it's gonna go up for a long time, even into the kingdom. America's still gonna be burning out like a fire pit, and it shall be, and it shall lie waste, and none shall pass through it forever and ever, man. See all that traffic coming here now? That's about to stop. This is the land of traffic, business. All right. So, but the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And these are all like swamp animals that can survive toxic environments and heat, and they can fly and get out. They hide in holes and shit. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. Whew, man. See, look at that, man. So that's what's happening to this place. It's gonna be called the line of confusion. This is the place of confusion. All right. Um, I forgot that movie with Terry Crews where he was the president, and it was like everything was out of whack, man. It was like Babylon. But now we're living in it. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. And we're seeing that start to happen now. All the rulers of this place, all the proud leaders. You don't hear Colin Powell, all these different general names, and you know, uh, you hear names like Kamala, you hear Biden, you hear Trump. Like, where the leaders at, right? Um, so now let's get back to this real quick. All right, it says Nahum 3:18, thy shepherds slumber, man. So this really happened in Nahum, in Nineveh, um, before 612 BC. All their leaders were put to death, or they were confused of what the hell going on. They were put down. They were just not there. So thy shepherds slumber. So in this sense, in America, thy shepherds are slumbering spiritually. O king of Assyria, thy nobles shall dwell in the dust, man. Meaning they're gonna be buried in the ground. But in this one, in these times, they're gonna be put down as well. But dwelling in the dust could mean confusion as well. No, not knowing what's going on. Because scriptures say, um, get thee into darkness, sit in the dust. Talking about America, or daughter of Babylon, in a low condition and confusion. Thy people is scattered upon the mountains. So just like it says, Habakkuk 2, they send their armies afar off, right? And they heap it unto themselves all nations, try to rule over everybody. So America's armies are all over the damn world, not able to protect here on their own soil. And no man gathereth them. So nobody going to help them someday. They're going to be left out there um, like fruit on the tree, and the eater is sitting there waiting to catch it. And the Lord going to shake the tree so they can fall right into the eater's mouth. And those devouring nations are going to be nations like Iran. The situation that's happening with Israel, the least among them shall draw them out into a war. So everything Israel does, it puts America's army in jeopardy over there in those lands, those bases. All right, Ukraine, all these different places, right? There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous, man. So thy bruise, what's that? The dollar, the economy is this shit is bleeding out. But Habakkuk 2 says it as well, that they heap unto themselves all people and cannot be satisfied. How long shall this go on? They in debt. But you're taking everybody on to this place. Thy shepherds slumber, O king of Assyria, thy nobles shall dwell in the dust. So like there is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous, right? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. They tried QE1, QE2, QE3. But at the same time, they're bringing in all these nations into this place, turning what used to be 3 plates into 1. Meaning if you used to going out eating and buying things, now it's slimming down to where the economy is falling, the dollar's losing value, and you got overpopulation. All right. There is no healing of thy bruise, thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap their hands, man, over thee. For upon whom have not thy wickedness passed continually? A lot of these nations remember that. They want vengeance. And a lot of those nations have stepped into this into the onto the soils of America now. China, Iran, a lot of those migrants were from those countries. All right, here we go. Let me see.
And management. The spokesperson for this company goes on to say, this is an issue our city needs to face head on with law enforcement and the further support of our state and country's leaders. Border czar Kamala Harris, to protect affected tenants, the surrounding communities, and Americans across the nation. Translation: CBZ management is giving the country and the surrounding areas in Denver a heads up. Your community is next. And if you think you're protected because of how you vote or because of your location, you're not. You're not safe.
Yeah, buddy. See, you're not safe. All right, because yeah, man, these are not safe times. You know, should we walk around in fear? No, the Lord said he did not give us the spirit of fear, but He said, "Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove." Man. All right, Sirach 5:7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. All right, so we need His protection today, not just in the future. We need His help now, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. So people think they safe in this society, right? They don't have to repent. Well, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed. So they think they can move to certain neighborhoods and that's it, just hide and be safe. Well, this flood is coming to their neighborhoods. The weather can destroy the neighborhoods. Wildfires as well. So, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. All right.
Or because of your location, you're not. You're not safe. Your children are not safe. You better get civic minded and stop saying, I'm not into politics, because politics is into you. You got Kamala Harris running around now.
Yeah, we ain't getting into politics. We ain't into that voting. But now, so let me go ahead and just, and she started going in. Y'all can check this out on Conservative Twins channel. There's like some twins, they be talking about politics, and they found her video and they played it. But let me get a couple more. Let me see what she got to say a little bit more, and I might shut this down.
Wanting to be the head of the entire country, but she has spent the last 4 years ignoring the border as the border czar, although she was given that job. And for somebody who claims to be a baddie and a boss lady and a strong, empowered woman, she didn't take the lead on a damn thing except ignoring you and putting twerking rappers and fried chicken into neighborhoods to try to get your vote. Once again, for failing you the previous 4 years. But guess what? She wants a chance to do it all over again.
All right, yeah, man. So she getting personal with Kamala. she don't like Kamala. So let me continue with this lesson real quick. All right, man. So this is Isaiah 47:11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it ariseth. Because that's what's coming, man. Evil is coming upon this place, especially the destruction when that happens. And mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. And man, that's what's happening. All right, so stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. That's where America got all this pride from, you know, turning to their soothsayers and their politicians, which are like sorcerers. And if so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. And this place is not going to prevail. All right. Let's get to this real quick. So this is Psalms 23, and 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, man. All right. So today, the valley of the shadow of death, spiritually, is this place, America, Babylon. And we got to walk around out here on this soil, and it's the shadow of death. It says, "What? I will fear no evil." See that? See, when King David was on the run, he ran through the area where the Philistines and a lot of our people were burying babies and killing them and all this madness. It was called the Valley of Hid Hison, Hidden, something like that with an H. If I need to do a lesson on it, I can, but Hinnom something. But it was the Valley of Death. So today, that spirit is on America. All right, spiritually dead in danger. And I will fear no evil. See, the Lord did not give us the spirit of fear. We don't fear these damn weirdos. But thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. All right, so his word and his spirit is what's sent here to comfort us. The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, so it's different than being a American. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. All right, so that's what we're looking for. What? Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So that's what we hope and follows us is goodness and mercy for the Lord to have mercy on us in the time of this judgment. All right. So this prophecy is happening. Jeremiah 51:12. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. See, that means what? Cause them to not be so relaxed. They got to stand to their feet now and set up defenses. And what the hell is happening? They're being infiltrated. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. So they can create their defenses all they want. For Yahweh have both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. So it's against the people that inhabit this place. The Lord is not mad at the physical earth, Aratazah, but he's mad at the people that inhabit it. All right, especially the ones that inhabit this place. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, right? Um, just like ancient Egypt, that's why this place is spiritually Egypt, because of its waters that surrounded it. They always thought their country was safe, that it was dominant, it would rule forever, impenetrable. But now look, this place is being invaded. You got foreign troops on the soil. Um, you got nations like Russia on the borders with their submarines and Cuba. All right. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, and now you got nations from all over the world that have infiltrated this place and moved in. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come in the measure of thy covetousness, that measure of thy greed. Yahweh of the heavenly armies have sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men, as with caterpillars. We're seeing that, filling this place with uh, foreign soldiers or people, allegedly. And they shall lift up a shout against thee. Mm. All right, man. So they're going to be against this place, cause division, like over in Venezuela, with two leaders. Um, and you got the whole situation with Trump and the Democrats right now. Perfect plot for civil war. Perfect plot for civil unrest. So hey, man, keep your head on the swivel. You know, you don't want to be paranoid and become prey, but you want to be alert and focused on your goals like a predator, but still being aware of your surroundings. Being circumspect, so you don't become a victim of circumstance, the things around you. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom, man, and Habatah to the Akim and the Akwatim that believes and say the truth around the four corners of the earth. All right, Kal Halayim La Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakar Kodash Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders, and Shalom to you Akim and Akwatim and children. Shalom.